All right, the latest news break also coming in on that, viewers, because the governor's visit to Malda coincided with the NCW, National Commission of Women's visit to Murshidabad. And what's come out of that is a massive claim that has been made by the NCW chief, Vijaya Rahadkar. The NCW chief says that there are sexual harassment cases that has taken place. Women were molested and sexually harassed in Murshidabad and forcefully evicted. The women sexual harassment cases, complaints have been registered, is what she says, from Murshidabad in itself. That's a huge claim that is coming in. Viewers, the NCW chief now making startling revelations where she says, these are allegations as of now, that the riot victims were sexually assaulted. Does she have written complaints with her? Will this tantamount to FIRs? Because now it will also change the nature of complaints that have come in from Murshidabad. Listen in to Vijaya Rahadkar, NCW chief, who is right now in Murshidabad recording statements.
मैं अभी यहाँ पे इस कैंप महिलाएं हैं, बच्चे हैं, उन सभी को मैं मिली हूँ। उनके साथ क्या बीती है इसके बारे में उन्होंने अभी मुझे बताया है, अवगत किया है। हम उनके साथ बात भी कर रहे हैं, पर मैं इतना एक ही बात कहूँगी कि जो वो बात कह रही है, ये बात बहुत कल्पना के बाहर से है। इन महिलाओं को बहुत तकलीफ हुई है, इनके घर भी जले गए हैं, इनसे फोर्सफुली इनको घर से बाहर निकाल दिया गया है, इनके साथ अनेक सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट भी हुए हैं। मुझे लगता है कि मैंने अभी और उनके साथ बात करने की ज़रूरत है।
Roy is still with me on this. Surya, huge allegations coming in. The NCW now says that the riot victims were sexually assaulted. What has been the nature of the sexual assault? Importantly, does the NCW have written complaints which could actually be FIRs now?
Well, it has to be seen. We heard the NCW chairperson's, statement. She has said this on record, and it has to be seen, who were the women who faced this kind of an attack or an assault during the mob violence that we had witnessed over here in Murshidabad, and whether or not there are formal complaints. Because if, as you mentioned, that if there were formal complaints, then FIRs would be registered furthermore, and it has to be seen how this pans out, whether these get whether FIRs get registered on the basis of formal complaints or not. Back to you.
Because these are grave allegations, because the TMC is now going to come out and says, is this another Sandesh Khali? Because they feel that was, a conspiracy of the BJP. Having said that, if there are sexual assault, sexual harassment cases, then the West Bengal police need to move with alacrity, because, you will need medical examinations to be done to even prove, and it needs to happen immediately. So how seriously is the West Bengal police taking it? Is this a statement that has just been made by the NCW chief, or are they bona fide complaints that have been identified of sexual harassment, abuse? We don't know what the nature of the sexual abuse is, but have these survivors filed a formal complaint with the NCW, which now can be actually passed over to the Bengal police? Because whatever it is, it needs to be acted upon very quickly.
Well, this is a bit unclear. This is a statement that has been issued by the NCW chairperson. And as I mentioned, it has to be seen whether formal complaints have been registered with the NCW on this particular, on these bases. And if that has happened, then yes, as you mentioned, that yes, then the police will have to, move with alacrity and have to even, see, how soon they can conduct an FIR and do medical tests and all that. But for everything, it has to be seen whether there are formal complaints or whether that's just an allegation. Back to you.
Right there, because the NCW chief would need to back this up with formal complaints, women who are willing to go on record, because it's a huge allegation, especially in the time of riot. It can only further fan the flame of discontent. So, one thing we would like to say right now, viewers, it's an allegation that has come in. The NCW says that they have women who've confided with the NCW. Some of them might even be too scared to lodge an official complaint. But if there is evidence of sexual assault at all, then it needs to be followed through with immediacy, alacrity. So let's hope that the West Bengal police is on it and action is taken sooner than later. Thank you, Suryagni, for joining us.